back, children. Now, today we'll be starting the chapter legislature. So, first of all, what is legislature? Legislature, as we have studied in our previous chapter, the executive who implements the rule and regulations. Here, legislature, it is a law making body who makes the law. So, the law making body of the government is called legislature. So, whatever the democracy is there, however the people they are making the rules and regulations, what is the requirement, how it has to be implemented, who are all will be involved in it, so whatever the area will be, so all success of democracy depends upon the efficiency and effectiveness of the representative of the legislature. So who comes under legislature now? Basically parliament is the national legislature of India. And see, Indian parliament is a bicameral legislation. What is bicameral legislation? Where there is a Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. There are two houses of the parliament. In few countries there is unicameral legislature, but whereas here we have a bicameral legislature in India. So there are two houses, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. This already you have studied in class 10th as well. The Lok Sabha is the lower house and the Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the Indian Parliament. So now, why are we selecting the bicameral legislature? Why are we not having the unicameral legislature? See, why are we not having? Because we are having the bicameral because India is a large size of the country. Our population is 130 crores. India is a diversity country. There are the people from different languages, different backgrounds, different cultures, they stay over there. And the bicameral legislature, it ensures more representation, more number of people can be involved. How more number of people can be involved? Because there are two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and in this there is always possibility to recheck the thing, to reconsider the thing. If one house is doing, the second house can be coordinated, the second house can be contacted, so everything can be reviewed again and again. So that is what in Lok Sabha we have a 545 members and in Rajya Sabha we have a 245 members. So now, what is the difference between Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha? See, Rajya Sabha, it consists of councils of state and it is the upper house. It represents the different states and the maximum strength is 250 only, and these members are indirectly elected by the MLAs and their tenure is 6 years and it is a permanent house, and 12 members are nominated members here. But here, whereas in Lok Sabha, it is a house of the people only and it is a lower house. It represents the people and their maximum number is 545, and these members, they are directly elected by the peoples for 5 years, and it is non-permanent house and 2 nominated members are there. So now, what is the function of Indian Parliament? क्या करता है Indian Parliament? See, legislative function, Parliament is a chief law making body of India and it enacts legislation for the country, whole country. It makes the law and it control over the executive. It plays the most important role in Parliament. Financial functions क्या है? The Parliament control the income and expenditure of the government. Like every year there is a budget, how much will be income, how much will be tax, how much has to be charged, and everything is looked by the parliament. And representation, the members of the parliament represent the different groups of the society. What, like it is a house of the people, and their people they are. So then what is debating function? See, every year you see when we say the house is going on, so there is a debate on each and every topic, there is an analysis on each and every issue. Every issue is looked after from all point of views. And then what is the constituent function, which already we have studied in chapter 1. Parliament has the power to amend the constitution as well. Then electoral function. So the parliament is the house who elects the president and vice president of India. See, the people from the root level, they elect the people for the parliament, and the parliament people, they elect the president and vice president. Basically president and vice president are indirectly elected by the people. So then what is judicial function? See, parliament can impeach the president, vice president and judges of the high court and supreme court as well. So now what are all the powers of Lok Sabha and what are all the powers of Rajya Sabha? See, jo power of Lok Sabha, it makes the laws on matter included in union list and concurrent list, and it can introduce money, enact money and non-money bill. All the bills, whether the any rule and regulation, any bill is related to money or for non-money, it looks by the Lok Sabha. Then it approves the proposal for all the tax, how much tax has to be charge, how much tax has to be budget, and the annual financial statements as well, कि कितना budget है, how much we have to spend on education, how much we have to spend on the hospitals, how much we have to spend on the roads, how much we have to spend on the railway department, so at extra everything is looked by the Lok Sabha. Then it controls the executive by asking questions, supplementary questions, resolutions and motions, and through no confidence motion. See, as we have studied in executive chapter, the parliament, the president, prime minister, council of minister, IAS officers, IPS officers, civil servants, they all come under this. So it has the power to ask the questions to them and see the situation. Then it amends the constitution also with the majority, special majority. Then it approves the proclamation of emergency. Now what is proclamation of emergency? Basically, proclamation of emergency when the state is not doing well and the president rule has to be implemented, or else if there is any emergency in the state, for example now we can say the COVID-19, so everything has to be done by then. And it elects the president and vice president also, as we have discussed earlier, and it removes judges of the Supreme Court and High Court also on the basis of impeachment. Then it establishes commissions and consider their reports. These are all the functions of Lok Sabha. Now what are all the functions of Rajya Sabha? Rajya Sabha, it consider and approves non-money bill which is not related to the money, and suggest amendment for the money bills. So the main the powerful house is Lok Sabha only. It approves the constitutional amendment. See, लोकसभा में पावर है अमेंड करने की एंड इट अप्रूव्स ओनली, ओके, एंड इट exercises control over by asking questions as well, and this house also participates in the election and removal of president, vice president, judges of Supreme Court, High Court, and it can alone initiate the procedure for removal of the vice president. It can give the union parliament power to make laws the matter which are included in the state list. So now, what are all the special powers of Rajya Sabha? One special power of Rajya, it approves the Rajya Sabha is needed to shift an item from state list से अगर कुछ union list or concurrent list में if it has to be shifted, it has to be approved by the Rajya Sabha. And then if there is any resolution seeking the creation for any Indian service can be initiated only in the Rajya Sabha. So what are the special powers of Lok Sabha? Lok Sabha can initiate, reject or amend the money bills, whereas Rajya Sabha cannot do that. They can just delay the bill only for 14 days, and if there is no reply they can pass the bill. Then there is a no confidence motion can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. What is the law making procedure? Procedure क्या है law making का? As it is a law making body, the most important feature, there are two types of bill, government bill and private members bill. Government bill, it considered non-money bill and money bill. There is one bill which are related to money, with another way which are not related to money, and there are ordinary bills and the constitution amendment bill. Now the government bill, the bill proposed by the any of the minister. Private bill which is not proposed by the minister, it is proposed by the non-minister. So now what are the stages, क्या है, कैसे start होता है? First of all, there is a debate on the need of each and every bill. So what happens, as you see every day on the TV, the political parties, the different interest groups, media, citizens, they actively participate in the decision whatever it is. Then the resources required for to implement the law, क्या क्या resources चाहिए, from where it has to be supported, whether it is from opposition party or from the public or through the electoral ruling party. So who will be resourcing it? Then the preparation of the draft, then there is a draft. So then government bill is prepared by the concerned ministry. उसके बाद the first, after the draft, the first reading, bill is introduced in the member by a member of the house. Then committee stage में what is there, the large section of the discussion on the bill takes place in the committees and referred as a mini legislature. एक कमेटी बनाई जाती है, उसमें it is being discussed. Then second reading, the bill is returned to the parliament after the modification whatever it is. Then the general discussions, the parliament discuss the various aspects of the modified bill and make needed change if there is anything has to be changed. Then third, the final form of the bill is presented and voted upon. So after that the bill goes to another house where again all the three readings are there. If it is okay, then the second house, which is Rajya Sabha, they pass the bill to the president. Then once again there is a joint session of the parliament where both the houses they'll have joint sitting, and this they'll discuss on the same thing, and it will be presided by the Lok Sabha speaker, and this comes under article 108. So then in joint session of the India Parliament only for 4 bills. One is dowry prohibition bill which was there in 1961, banking service commission bill, it was there in 1978, and prevention of terrorism bill. It was there in 2002. The bill not passed in the joint sitting are the quota which is reserved for the women. Then all over the executive. Basically, it is active and vigilant control is required to check all the dictatorship. The first is through deliberations and discussions. So member of the parliament, they get different chances to evaluate and criticize the performance of the government through question hours, 0 hour, adjournment motion, half an hour discussion. So then after that, a government with a clear majority in both the houses of parliament does not have any difficulty in lawmaking. Then both the coalition government or a government which is minority in Rajya Sabha is forced to make decision. Third, financial control. The parliament, it controls the preparation and approval of the budget as we have discussed earlier. The legislatures can discuss the reasons for which government require money, and parliament can inquire the misuse of funds also, as whatever is being allotted, whether it is used thoroughly, properly. Through financial control, the legislature control the policy of the government. Then the no confidence motion, the most powerful weapon in the parliament. It is really effective in huge parliament. So then the parliament committees, they play vital role in making day-to-day business of the house, what has to be done. Then it has a very limited time because meet only thrice in a year. Then there are so many things which is need to be discussed. And then the parliament standing committee, it performs various functions of the parliament, and the joint parliament committee can be set up for the discussion of a particular bill. And the committee system, it reduces the burden of the parliament. Now, how does parliament control itself? The presiding officer, the final authority, the Lok Sabha speaker, they regulate the business of the legislature, and there is an anti-defection law. Defected members loses membership of the house under 52nd and 91st amendment. Thank you.